Hey YouTube family, it's Stinko the Realtor. Today we're going to be analyzing the Utah housing market and I'm going to show you where prices could potentially land. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I was out in Europe, then on the way back I either caught the flu or the cold, had to lay low for a little bit. But right now we're going to analyze the fresh and up-to-date data on the Utah housing market. If we take a look at this, July was awful when it comes to units sold. I'm going to highlight it right here. 2,934 units were sold, which is negative 11% from a year ago, and July was the first bad month last year at 3,318. In the summer months, the spring months, we're supposed to be having over 4,000 units sold. And if we go back here, we see that we have not had that at all this year. Now, why is the housing market not in an absolute free fall where prices are just collapsing? Well, there's a reason for that. And then of course, later on here in the video, I'm going to share with you where prices could potentially land. But I'm going to show you what's saving the housing market. And it's right here. It's the listings. And let me remove myself because I'm blocking some data. Look at this right here. If we go back to March, there was 1,254 units less put on the MLS in March alone, which was negative 24%. So if we're analyzing the data from February to July, there was 15, 24%, 30%, there was 23%, and then now 27%. If we look at July, there was 5,833 units or 38 units last year that were put on the housing market for sale on the MLS. And if we take a look at July this year, there was 4,333, negative 27%. Now that is what's saving the housing market. The housing market is being saved by that. That is what's preventing the absolute collapse. Right here, if we analyze this, it's the negative 27, 24, 25% of listings that are being put on the housing market. If there was an extra 1,000 listings put on the market from March to right now, we would have about 14,000 houses for sale. So there's not only a bent up buyer demand, there's also a bent up seller demand. Sellers are not wanting to sell because when they're looking to upsize, and I have people that are that are in this boat, they analyze and they say, dang it, my interest rate is so low right now that if I go and upsize, my payment doesn't go up just a little bit. It doubles, it triples. It doesn't make any sense. So you know what? I do need a bigger house, but I'm just going to wait another year, year and a half, whatever it is, until things kind of settle down. That's what's going on. People are not wanting to sell the houses. However, things are changing. Houses are staying on the market for much, much longer. And we're going to analyze that data as well here. So I want to show y'all what's going on with interest rates first. If we take a look at interest rates, they are hovering at over 7%. Now, this isn't available to everybody. It depends what kind of loan you're getting. It depends on the credit score, because some people are probably only able to qualify for 8% because of what their, qualifications are. Bad credit score, whatever it is. That means that 7% is not available for everybody. Now, of course, there are some incentives that are being offered out there, things that are being done to kind of push those rates down. But if you're in the sixes, that's probably about the best that you can do right now. And then if we take a look at what's happening with the Utah housing market, and I have the data, so do me a favor, smash that like button, help me push this video in front of more people. Do me a favor, subscribe if you haven't already. That way you're up to date with the new data that comes out. And of course, thank you for watching as always. Now, right here, active data, 6,352 units active right now on the MLS. And what I did is I'm just doing single family homes. So I'm not doing the condos, the townhomes, just single families, because that's what, when they're analyzing the data, the board of realtors, that's the data that they look at, single family homes. They don't add the condos, they don't add the townhomes. However, I do add it when I'm showing y'all the data of what's being sold, the entire units year over year. But right here, I'm only going to be looking at single family homes. So right here we see active, and there is 6,352. If we go and view that and see how many houses, right? If we go into the middle would be 32. So if we take a look at 32, there are the half of the homes on the MLS are on the market for 50 days. Right here, if we take a look at it, 50 days, right? 50, 50. So if we take a look, actives are on the market for 50 plus days. We have half of the houses for sale active, again, 50 plus days. That is showing you that the housing market is starting to slow down again and mimicking what perhaps happened last year. Now, the sold data, when the sold data comes out, it shows what the days on market were. And that came down all the way to about 21. I believe December, January, that was about 55. So the median days on market was 55. It came down all the way to 21. And right now, for the month of July, it was 26. So now the sold data is trending upwards. And if we take a look at what's going active, we see that that is probably going to continue trending upwards, where houses are now going to take longer and longer to sell, which probably means prices are going to start coming down. And I'm going to share that with you here right about now. Let me just go ahead and pull that up. So if we take a look at the prices right here, $550,000 was the median sold price in June, and $550,000 was the median sold price in July. And let me just remove myself off of here. Was I blocking any data? I actually don't think so. So let me put myself back on there. So $550,000 was the median sold price for 2 months in a row. And last year we peaked in May at $600,000. So if we go over here, we see to the right, and I'm going to highlight it, we were negative 15% by the time January of 2023 came around. And most of the stuff that closed in January went under contract in December or at the beginning of January. So January was the worst month when it came from median price sold, and that was 510,000. That was a drop of 15%. And it looks like right now we're peaking at that $550,000. And I've been saying that for the past couple of months, that that's where we're probably going to peak, is right around that $550,000. Now, August is going to be a very good month to pay attention to. Is that going to be the first month where things are going downwards? Well, if we go back to this chart right here, and we look at the listings, we see, oh, not that one. Oh, where the heck is it? There we go. So if we take a look at this, we now are under 3,000 units sold. And that's negative 11% year over year. July was the first bad month last year. So if we go back over here, $550,000 is still negative 8%. So we are still negative 8%, 8.33% from a year ago. And prices start coming downwards now. They don't have to come down 15% for us to come back down to this 510. If they come down 10%, we're going to be doing worse than what we did last year in the fall and in the holiday season. So if we take a look here, right here, that's where it bottomed out, January 2023. We see December of 2022, the median sold price was 520,000, and prices now are most likely going to come down. That's my opinion. Is that going to be the case? I guess we're going to find out here in the next month or two if prices are trending downwards. However, interest rates are trending upwards, and interest rates are remaining strong. That demand now is plummeting on the people that want to buy homes. That is not a good thing. So even though it's not mimicking exactly what happened last year, the data is showing us that prices probably are going to start dropping. And the actives, remember, let me go and pull that up right here. The actives are staying on the market. Oh, and this one right here, I want to pull this up. So right here, let's go to single family homes. Let's see here what's going on. And oh, not sure what happened there, but let's just go back over here and put 500,000. There we go. So we have 500,000. There's 1,418 units that are, or single family homes that are for sale. If we view those and we see that there's 15 pages of 100 pages each, so let's just go into the middle. So 7.5 would be the middle. So we see $500,000 and under. That's where all those multiple offers were happening in March, April, and the beginning of May. That's where the market was still really, really hot. And that's where we still are seeing a potential multiple offer situation. And if we analyze that, we see that there are 40 days on the market. So now the homes that were on fire in the spring are now averaging over 40 days active on the MLS. And also, I have a couple of homes that I was negotiating. So I'm going to show just one. I'm going to take one for example here. The bigger price points are taking the bigger hits. Why? Well, there's less of a demand for them. 2, interest rates are affecting those even more. And then 3, people that have a house right now that should be upsizing, or want to upsize, I should say, they don't want to upsize because of the interest rates. So the bigger homes, the more expensive homes, are taking the bigger hit. For example, I had a new construction house that I helped a buyer get. These homes were being sold for $1.3 million. I was able to knock it down for a couple of $100,000. So that means people that bought these homes in 2021, beginning that first half of 2022, and really even a little bit after that first half of 2022, are upside down. And how do I know that? Well, take this for example. That same buyer, we went and looked at a house that was in the same neighborhood that a seller was selling, that they did not even live in that house for a full year. And guess what? I knocked that house down under $1 million. That means that that person most likely is at a loss of $200,000 to $300,000 when they do finally sell that house and move on with whatever their plans are, if they're going to be staying here or not, right? So that is showing you that the housing market is slowing down. It's not all peaches and dandy, and I do believe the prices are going to start coming down here in the near future. So we're just gonna have to pay attention to that, analyze it, and of course, I'll keep you up to date on that. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't, give me a thumbs up, help the video be pushed in front of more people, and until next time, have a great day.